Congress leader Digvijay Singh has sparked off another controversy, this time after twin statements on Masarat Alam and Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. Digvijay Singh is known for his outspoken ways. He described the separatist leader who made the anti-India rant as Masarat Saheb, an honorific used for the separatist. But in the same vein, Digvijay Singh drew a parallel between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Hitler. Digvijay Singh took pot shots at Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He reacted to President Obama's statement during which was lauding Narendra Modi as India's reformer-in-chief who will help the poor. Let's listen in to Digvijay Singh.
मसरत आलम साहब और गिलानी साहब दोनों को किन धाराओं के तहत गिरफ्तार किया गया है, ये जम्मू कश्मीर सरकार को बताना चाहिए.
Headlines today's Maushmi Singh now joins me with the latest. Maushmi, take us through the entire context of the statement and the statement that Digvijay Singh made.
Gaurav, Digvijay Singh is known to not mince any words while he attacks the NDA government. But here he has said, given an honorarium to Masarat and Gilani by calling them Saheb, though he has been hitting out at the NDA government, saying that we were accused of feeding Kasab biryani while he was lodged in jail in extremely difficult and tough circumstances, whereas Gilani and Masarat have been put under house arrest. Digvijay also demanded under what sections was Masarat arrested, was the NSA Act imposed on him? That was the question that he was asked the Indian government to explain, whereas the Indian government has been trying to say that the credit for the arrest of Masarat should go to the centre and the BJP unit of the state for putting pressure on the Mufti government for the Masarat arrest.
Stay with me for a moment, Maushmi. I want to bring in BJP spokesperson Dr. Sambit Patra. Dr. Patra, Masarat Alam being called Saheb and Prime Minister Narendra Modi being compared to Hitler is what comes out of the Congress party. What do you make of it?
This is but natural. I mean, we should not be astounded and we should not be surprised when Congress spokespersons and Mr. Digvijay Singh speak such language, because we are all aware of the fact that Osama bin Laden was addressed by Osama ji, and the kind of sympathy that the Congress has shown when Osama bin Laden's body was given a free burial by American Navy. Then Mr. Digvijay Singh and Congress were the ones who were most saddened. And we had also seen Congress minister, and in fact the Home Minister of the country, then Sushil Kumar Sindh, addressing Hafiz Saeed as Hafiz Kamid Saeed Ji, Shri Hafiz Saeed Ji. So it's but natural that for the anti-nationals, the Congress party has the biggest amount of sympathy in their hearts, and for the nationalists, for the performers like Mr. Modi, they call all kinds of name calling. It is something which is in the DNA of Congress. Nothing can be done with Congress.
Stay with me, Dr. Patra. Maushmi Singh is giving us more details of what Digvijay Singh said. Maushmi, where was Digvijay Singh, the Congress Party General Secretary? Where was he speaking? What all did he say about Prime Minister Narendra Modi when asked about, US President Barack Obama calling him reformer-in-chief?
That's right, Gaurav. This was right at the AICC headquarters at Akbar Road, when just after Digvijay had taken a meeting of the secretaries on the Kisan rally, Digvijay did brief the press, and in fact, talking about Masarat, he also hit out at Prime Minister Modi, saying that he has been criticizing India abroad, which is unbecoming of a Prime Minister, and he should learn from the previous Prime Ministers that have governed the country. And here is where he made this major faux pas. He said Churchill was also sorry before because he had praised Hitler once, and later he had to be sorry. Mr. Obama would also feel sorry when after 4-5 years he'll be proven wrong. His praises will be proven wrong, and he compared Modi to Hitler, saying that Modi is also like Hitler. So here, though on the aggressive batting on the front foot, Mr. Digvijay was trying to bring in a point, but by hitting out at the NDA government, clearly it's a major faux pas where he has addressed Masarat as Saheb, and earlier, as we recall, that he did call Osama bin Laden also Osama G, which had created a huge controversy then, and he had to retract that statement. But I also think that he might have just said it unknowingly.
Okay.
But a leader of his stature, a general secretary who speaks for the Congress party, he had to be more careful. There is no excuse that he called the separatist leaders as Saheb, and I'm sure that the Congress party would have some answering to do.
Maushmi, what you're saying is Digvijay Singh said even Churchill was sorry for praising Hitler. Barack Obama will be sorry for praising Narendra Modi. That is what he said. These are his exact words.
That's right. He actually compared Churchill to Obama, and he said that earlier Winston Churchill had praised Hitler. He had said that he had praised Hitler's administration. But later on, as years pass by, history says that Churchill was sorry for his statement. And in the same vein, he said though Obama had criticized Narendra Modi earlier, but later on, yesterday, the praises heaped on him were not deserving, and Obama would have to be sorry for for praising Modi.
Stay with me for a moment, Maushmi. Dr. Patra, you heard Maushmi Singh, you heard what Digvijay Singh said. What does the BJP intend to do about this?
No, definitely what Mr. Digvijay Singh and what the Congress party has been saying is surely out of frustration. Today, I mean, it's for the world to see, and particularly for India to see as to how Mr. Narendra Modi is working fantastically for the nation, and that's the reason as to why. I mean, not only the country, but people abroad, I mean, great leaders abroad like Mr. Barack Obama have praised Mr. Modi, calling him the reformist in chief. But here we have the Congress party for whom the grapes are sour, and they're calling names of their own prime minister. It is an irony that the foreign world is praising our prime minister, but back home a very important political party as Congress and its spokesperson are calling names of the prime minister. This is highly unbecoming, and I believe the Congress owes an apology to the people of this country.
So does the BJP officially demand that of Digvijay Singh and the Congress party?
Definitely. Definitely calling the Prime Minister a Hitler, especially when he has just taken off foreign land, and especially when he's praised by the American Prime Minister. Not that we want any certification from anyone, but calling names of the Prime Minister is absolutely unbecoming in politics, and we certainly officially demand an apology from Mr. Digvijay Singh for having done so.
Dr. Patra, stay on with me for the benefit of our viewers who are just joining us. Let's listen in to what Congress Party General Secretary and Senior Leader Digvijay Singh had to say. Let's listen in.
मसरत आलम साहब और गिलानी साहब दोनों को किन धाराओं के तहत गिरफ्तार किया गया है, ये जम्मू कश्मीर सरकार को बताना चाहिए.
He has a point here. Dr. Patra, when he's talking about the Masarat Alam issue, calling him Masarat Alam Sahab, you can have issues with that, but the government needs to clarify under what sections has Masarat Alam been arrested, and will the BJP government, Dr. Patra, pursue this arrest in the right earnest, or unlike previous governments, just keep him locked up till the courts say release him?
Gaurav, we are a different government. We are a strong government. Unlike the previous government, let me remind them, Mr. Digvijay Singh, let him be reminded of the fact that in 2010, when the toll pelting incidents took place in Jammu and Kashmir, they took 4 months to arrest Masarat Alam. Unlike the previous government, within hours, Masarat Alam has been arrested by our government, and we are absolutely sure that we are going to detain him, and no person in this country has the right to unfurl the Pakistani flag on Indian soil. No person has the right to carry out any kind of anti-national activity. This government will definitely not wear a kid's glove in dealing with Masarat Alam. Rather, with iron fist, we would be dealing with such kind of people.
Even if that means that it leads to tension with the PDP?
I believe no sane government in this country would oppose the fact that people with anti-national credentials, people who have taken to the street with sloganeering in favor of Pakistan, should be pardoned. And in fact, if I'm right, I have heard the Chief Minister of Jammu Kashmir, Mr. Mufti Muhammad Saeed, yesterday speaking to the media and saying that, well, yes, holding a protest is a separate issue, but no one in this land is allowed to go in for Pakistan sloganeering. No one is allowed to unfurl the Pakistani flag. So no sane government would allow that. And as far as BJP is concerned, for us, the nation is first, party is thereafter, and self at the end. So anything that goes against the call of nation surely would be tackled with the strictest and the severest of ways.
Dr. Sambit Patra, spokesperson of the BJP for the moment. Many thanks for joining me. Moshmi Singh, my colleague, still with me. Moshmi, has the Congress party reacted to Digvijay Singh's statement saying Churchill had to apologize, or Churchill did not, apologize for praising Hitler? Barack Obama will have to do the same about Narendra Modi. Any reaction from the Congress party yet?
Gaurav, here I would like to bring in a point. See, the thing is this, that we've been covering the Congress, and earlier also Digvijay, while during the election campaign, had compared Modi to Hitler. But now Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of the country. Should he have made this comparison now? Should he have made the comparison when he was abroad? That is the question, and whether Congress would like to clarify on that. But one point that I want to bring in is that this is a tit-for-tat game. When Prime Minister Narendra Modi criticized the previous governments abroad in Canada, then Congress party had reacted sharply. They said this is unbecoming of the Prime Minister, and I think this statement should be seen in that light. They're trying to get back at the Prime Minister, get back at the NDA government, that if Prime Minister does not follow the ethics of normal discourse, then we would also cross the line. And in a reaction mode, they are trying to say that this is in a reaction mode. We are just stating what is a matter of fact. So clearly, this is more of a political game, political statements, allegations and counter allegations that have been flowing ever since Prime Minister Narendra Modi hit out of the previous UPA government.
Okay, keep tracking that story. I will come back to you for more.